Jay Haynes for the Film Sensei YouTube channel. Recently, I made a short film in Facebook's Metaverse, which is called Horizon Worlds. If you haven't seen it, check it out. There's a link to it in the description below. In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 things that I learned about filmmaking in the Metaverse. Imagine if you had a script for a 4-minute short film. How long do you think it would take to assemble a complete production team, put together a 3-person writing team, do 5 full rewrites of the script with that team, build a set completely from scratch, cast the film, design and create all the costumes, do multiple table reads, and get 2 days of filming and 1 day of pickups in the can? I did all that in just 18 days. It would have been shorter, but both Christmas and New Year's laid within those 18 days, so that slowed us down. How is that possible? It's possible because of the speed at which collaboration can happen on the internet in general and in the Metaverse specifically. Let me give you a couple of examples. I started by putting a post out on Facebook looking for volunteers who wanted to be involved. I got over 20 initial responses, out of which about 10 ended up jumping in and helping in some way with this project. The set was built primarily by one person, with direction and help from me. It only took 1 day. Then he spent time tweaking it from there over the next several days while we were preparing for filming. 2 people who volunteered were writers, so they became my writing team. We met several times and retooled the script to work for what we were looking for. Those meetings happened both in the Metaverse and in Facebook Messenger. We hashed out ideas, rewrote as we went, and even held table reads with each of us taking roles so we could get the feel of how the script was flowing. It was grand. After the second day of filming, I realized that I was missing coverage of one line in the script. So I got in touch with the actress who played the main role. She lives more than 1,000 miles away from me. She changed clothes and met me on set. I filmed her performing the one line, and I dropped that footage into my rough cut.
Well, apparently, they just released the new Cambria 8000.
Guess how long that took? 20 minutes. The speed with which you can work in the digital age is astonishing. Acting in the Metaverse is more like live motion capture work rather than filming a movie in a real-world set. As a result, body movement is much more of a priority. One of my actors has both previous stage play experience as well as film acting credits. And here's what he said when asked a question about the difference between acting in the Metaverse versus acting in a real-life film.
You know, I've done film acting and stage acting. And the 2 main differences I noticed between them is that stage acting is like being up here on the stage. I really have to emote for the back row. I have to make my gestures kind of big. I have to make sure not to upstage myself, and I have to project, and I have to talk loudly. But when I have acted in film, you have a camera this close to you. You know, you can't shout at the camera or you're going to sound like Ace Ventura and all of your acting. It's just like you're overacting, right? It's a more intimate type of acting, you know, and you could be more real as you would be in real life and talking to somebody. And I found that the style of acting here was sort of somewhere between that, because we're a little bit limited in what we can do with our facial expressions in here, unless we do like, you know, little cheap tricks like this, and like make yourself frown or say the letter O in order to make your mouth look surprised or something like this. But there's not a whole lot of this kind of acting that I can do. So you have to bring back some of the stage techniques of, oh, well, look, just be, more expressive with your body.
Guess how much it costs to build a set in the Metaverse? Guess how much costumes cost? Props? Everything in the Metaverse is free. Even the cameras. All you have to do is make it. I didn't spend a dime making this short film, and everyone involved had a blast. I make it a policy not to waste people's times, and that went a long way toward making sure that people happily donated their time, energy, and skill sets to this project. The pros of filming in the metaverse are varied and plentiful. Costumes, sets, cameras, lighting, and props are all free. Characters and costumes can be changed and different every time you film. Nonverbal acting, such as hand gestures, is actually pretty good. People from all over can participate. They don't have to be just local. Set building is super easy. The audio controls are fantastic. Mics can be muted, and environmental audio controls are available for use as well. It is quick and easy to meet and film in the metaverse. Getting really good talent is a piece of cake. On-location shooting is available as well. All you have to do is get permission from the world's builder. Getting together for collaboration, table reads, rehearsals, etc. is also a breeze. Green screen shots are crazy simple. You can set up perfect lighting on your backdrops, no problem. Tracking is a piece of cake because there's no motion blur in the metaverse. Wrap and launch parties are the best time you'll ever have. The future potential of filmmaking in the metaverse is huge, and it's only going to get better from here. The avatars have a long ways to go. For example, there are no legs. Facial expressions can be very limited, but you can get around that to a degree. Actors are limited in terms of walking, movement, and positions they can perform. Action scenes would be very difficult to pull off. You can't lay down, bend over, do flips, etc. There is very limited camera movement and angles. There is very limited lighting that can be used as well. There is absolutely no depth of field in the camera. Everything in the metaverse is in perfect focus. You would therefore have to fake it in post if you'd want to do it at all. I considered faking a racked focus, but it ended up being too distracting simply because every single other shot is in perfect focus.
I need one.
Me too.
The metaverse is plagued with capacity issues. Between the actors, sets, props, lighting, and scripts to run things, there is only so much that can go into one space, and that limits bigger scenes from being put on film. Lag can be a major issue, and that is something that I had to deal with. It is almost impossible to get a lockdown shot. But the good news is you can easily stabilize, so it's not that big of a deal. But you do have to get good at holding your head still while filming. A 1024 by 1024 aspect ratio is the standard in Horizon Worlds, and that's what I filmed in. You can film in 1920 by 1080, but you have to hack the system to do it, and I wasn't quite ready to take that chance for this project. So I ended up scaling the 1024 by 1024 footage to 1280 by 720, and then cropping from there. Next time, I will definitely go 1920 by 1080. In Horizon Worlds, name tags are prevalent throughout. This is, of course, to be able to easily identify people who are doing inappropriate things, and I can certainly appreciate that. However, those name tags are a real pain when it comes to filmmaking. Lastly, in the metaverse, it is too easy to talk to the back of the room. What does that mean? Well, that means it's too easy to tell a story that only people in the metaverse will find entertaining, using inside jokes and things like that. Metaverse filmmakers really need to actively check themselves with regard to that. Not gonna lie, the metaverse still has a long way to go before it can be a real viable storytelling medium. But people like me who are on the cutting edge are blazing the trail right now. And I believe that in the not too distant future, the metaverse will house some real filmmaking studios who will be crafting real high quality stories through this very visually immersive medium. I, for one, am very excited to see what the future of metaverse filmmaking holds. I'm Jay Haynes with the Film Sensei YouTube channel. Are you interested in being part of the budding metaverse filmmaking community? Let me know. Write a comment below or send me a personal message. I would love to have you on my team for the next project that I do. If you have any questions about filmmaking in the metaverse, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I would be delighted to answer them. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, thanks for watching.